Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force, and yes, you're not mistaken. This is Old Man Logan. I feel like we're going to be talking about him for some time to come, but we're not here to talk about the events. We did that in yesterday's video. We're here to talk about Old Man Logan and mutant raids. So it's come to my attention both through actually using him and through other people who I've asked about, similar things, is how good that Old Man Logan is in a mutant raid team. You might think that I'm a little bit crazy, or maybe not. So he does have the X-Men tag. Now, I thought about a couple days, maybe when was it? Like maybe on Saturday, I tried putting Old Man Logan into my raid team and I took out Cyclops. And I was really surprised about how well it worked. In fact, given that, yes, he is maxed out at level 100, but he's a 4 yellow, 2 red, which by all accounts is pretty low in terms of like stars go. But he's actually doing really, really well. So what we'll be doing in this video is we're going to go over why he's so good in the mutant raid team, and we're going to show some footage of that happening. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Now, before we get to the raids, I want to talk about why Old Man Logan is so good in this aspect of the game. Like, he's good. Wow, he is such an amazing character, honestly. Like, he's good in all facets of the game. A lot of people are using him in Arena right now. He's going to be used in Crucible Defense. He's going to be used in War. He's going to be used in raids. We'll see about Incursion 3, but at least for now, he is a good and a better, in my opinion, alternative to Cyclops in the Extreme X-Men team, because I think a lot of people didn't really feel like leveling up Cyclops anyways, and this actually allows you to instead build Old Man Logan if you have him, because he's doing pretty much a lot more, especially what you need for Incursion Raid 2. Maybe not necessarily the other ones, but I'll tell you that I've simmed with him on Incursion 1 with my alt account, and that's just fine as well as a replacement. So I imagine all the raids up until this point, using that team is just fine to use Old Man Logan. There's a lot of crossover synergy between the other characters, Gambit, Nightcrawler, and Forge, and even Sunspot to buff Old Man Logan. So it's pretty crazy. So the reason why we have the stats table up here on msf.gg is because of his focus. He has insane focus. Now, yes, the actual number doesn't really matter. It just how much percent over the next character he has. So Old Man Logan has the highest focus in the game. And you can see, can I zoom in one more? That you can see the next character is Cosmic Ghost Rider in second place here. And Old Man Logan has like a 30% lead, over a 30% lead on Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is honestly pretty crazy. And then the next ones after that is Spider-Man Pav, and then Ghost Rider Robbie, and then X-23, which surprisingly actually has quite a bit of focus, and Deathlock Sylvie, and goes down from there. But the latest characters anyways, CGR and Spider-Man Pav. And it's just crazy how much more he has. And why is that? It's because of his kit, right? If we scroll down to the passive, I could have done it in-game, but anyways, here it is. This is the msf.gg version. And he gets 200% focus. Not to mention all the other stats. He gets 40% damage to himself, 50% max health to himself, 100% assist chance. This is just amazing, like in any reasonable matchup, in any team that he's using outside of Mercs for Money. Typically, you would want to go for a skirmisher ISO. And then these other things that you get for bleed, which also Gambit and Nightcrawler do as part of their kit. So while any enemy has bleed, lower that character's damage by 30%. That's a lot. Now, if they have offense down, it's not going to stack, but it's fine. As long as they have a bleed, they're kind of doing reduced damage. Lower that character's resistance by 50%. This is really important as well, because some of these characters, especially on the mutant boss node that we'll see, have insane resistance values as the difficulty ticks up higher. Cannot get heal block on himself, and he gets 30% speed, while anybody has bleed, at least one bleed on somebody. So that's really good there too. And of course, all the other stuff, he can't be stunned. And this part here, the chargeable enemy, or actually, sorry, not that part. I meant his special, what he has his attacks. He gets bonus focus against chargeable protector enemies. Now, normally in an arena context, this would be someone like Black Knight. But this is really important in the raids because this is actually Beta Ray Bill. So Beta Ray Bill is a chargeable protector character, which means that when he's using the special on Beta Ray Bill, it's basically gonna, because that was the thing before, is that you had to flip all of the Bifrost buffs, right? And so he should have no problems doing this with this special, flipping all positives into negatives, and then all the characters that he basically chains to, which does the same thing as well. And we know the kit so far, gets even more powerful as he gets his claws out from his ultimate and just he goes to town. AoE trauma. It's honestly insane. So we're going to take a look at that in practice, and that's what we're going to do here now. So what I have done here is I have cleared the nodes. So for the purposes of this video, I did clear this with just the full 5-man X-Men with Cyclops. And so we're bringing in an Old Man Logan that's going to basically, it's going to have his regular cooldowns. So I have done it the other way where I've just simmed with Old Man Logan in place of Cyclops, and that works just fine too. I just wanted to do this for the purposes of this video, depending on how you guys decide to do your simming. But, you know, I've simmed all 3 nodes and I cleared it no problem. Whereas I've simmed this with Cyclops and I've died at the boss node, because I'm sure many of you have as well. And you've known that, like, it's tough, right? The focus versus resistance check that you go up against the Bifrost characters is really, really rough. And also characters like Morgan Le Fay when she drops down on the final wave. So we're actually going to play this. Oh, shit. Was my Old Man Logan not Skirmisher? Okay, I would recommend, if I didn't do it, I don't remember. I would recommend to use Old Man Logan as a Skirmisher just to real triple down on the focus, just to make sure that you're landing, because of course I normally run Skirmisher ISO for characters like Nightcrawler for this node particularly, and for the raids at 2.3, because this is at Incursion 2.3. So hopefully I did have a Skirmisher. Otherwise we're going to be taking a look at this from the Striker perspective. But if he has the Skirmisher ISO, you won't have a problem doing that, because he's going to get even more focused that way. So we're going to start things off like we normally would. We have 8 charges on Sunspot, because I simmed. I guess I didn't have a full 10, but I don't think it really matters there. So we're going to do this. We actually did clear the buffs that time, so that's good. Normally when I do this, sometimes I do not. So we're going to go in with the ultimate here. Normally I just want to focus on getting, you know, the Bifrost characters down, honestly, and the others are just kind of collateral there at that point. And so Old Man Logan taking a little. So I do have my. Oh, is he getting charges from Sunspot? How did he spawn with full charges when I didn't use him before? So that doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go in for the charge for the claws out, right? Of course I am. So you get like 2 turns of trauma on everyone. It didn't actually land on that kid Loki over there. It didn't land on this one either, but it did land on Beta Ray Bill. So that's pretty interesting. We're gonna go in for the ultimate here. And what's great about Old Man Logan is he's getting all of these X-Men buffs, right? And that's just pretty crazy. I'm gonna go over here, do the ult over here, because why not, right? It's just so much easier. Now we have, okay, so now I'm gonna go for the special. You get because he assists so frequently. I'm actually running Skirmisher, Striker ISO, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'd rather have the Skirmisher ISO, and I probably would have landed these debuffs on. Those Teen Lokis are still resisting, actually. So I'm a little bit surprised at that one. But just all the damage, and like he gets his turns so frequently because all these characters are doing like multi-hit attacks. They're hitting Old Man Logan. He's getting turn bar from this every single time everyone else takes a turn. You know, there's base. I should have probably ability blocked Cap over there. Is he gonna get his turn? Oh, maybe not. Like I literally just used the alt and I'm already getting it again. It's absolutely insane. I think he might end up taking a. I did. This is a stupid tank attack. So normally you want to block that, right? You don't want him to do that. And now we're going to have Morgan Le Fay come out. You know what? I might actually try to just stun Wong. Will I get it? Oh, I did. That's really hard to land, actually, because their resistances with the defense up is just really, really high. So now we're going to go. I don't think I'm going to land this, honestly. Have I? I'm shocked. Honestly, maybe it's because I actually have 7-star now. But you guys know, I'm sure, you know, how hard this is to land sometimes. We're going to go over here, over on... I'm going to flip on Cosmo, actually, and get a stun on him. But all the times he's getting... If I had Skirmisher ISO, I probably would have landed the trauma on Morgan Le Fay there. But it's just so good. Like, I could probably put this in auto. I just kind of want to, like, show him off a little bit and why it's just become so much easier. Like, I would have cleared this with tons of different... With more time available. Like, I honestly probably don't even need to really play this out. He's getting his turn so... He's gotten alt again. Like, it's just insane. I think at this point I could probably just like semi-auto and just kind of target certain characters. We did not land the trauma on Wong. Again, I think if you had the... I think if you actually had the Skirmisher ISO, you would have had a pretty easier time to do this. It's just crazy. Like, I don't think that I could auto this easily with Cyclops. It's just that he's getting energy for his attacks like every single time. Like, if you've used him at all in anything so far over the last couple of days, you know that, like, Old Man Logan's insane. He's assisting on every single attack. And so he's getting energy as a result of that, which basically by the time he gets his turn, he's putting on more debuffs over here. It's just insane. And she did get to her ultimate, unfortunately, because Morgan Le Fay's still a pain in the ass, right? Like, I think we can all agree that she sucks big time when it comes to playing on raid nodes with higher difficulties. So that hasn't gone away. It's just become, in my opinion, a lot easier when you're using Old Man Logan. Because I say that and he dies, but I don't think it matters because he just got his revive once back again. Like, you've seen him in arena, right? Like, it's just insane. Like, yeah, sure, he died. He's 4 yellow, 2 red. What do you expect? But he's got revive once like all the time, and every other turn he's using an ability. Like, because he's assisting so frequently, he's getting so much energy on his own. He's absolutely insane. He's always popping off, and he is just the best character in the game. I think I think after Mephisto, he may be the best character in the game. I between him and Apocalypse, honestly, like, he's better than Skrull for sure, in my opinion. So he's either second or third, right? Depends on where you place Apocalypse. But there we go. That was that. Like, I probably could have just fully autoed it. I've definitely simmed it before. Take my word for it, and take other people's words for it in my Discord server who have simmed, in my alliance who have simmed with using Old Man Logan. I think that means that Cyclops is a thing in the past. So the reason why I'm doing this video really is just kind of to warn people that, if you do have Old Man Logan, I've already taken Cyclops up pretty far. But I just don't think you need to. Like, if you're using them for raids, I think you can probably leave Cyclops down. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing on my alt account. I'm not going to be raising Cyclops any further. It's a little bit sad, but Old Man Logan's just so good. And all of the buffs on every one of the Extreme X-Men characters, they buff just general X-Men characters, in fact. So it's really insane, like, how good the synergy is with Old Man Logan now that he has that X-Men tag with all these other characters. And we all know that Extreme X-Men is such an amazing team. So keep building the rest of the 4. Cyclops doesn't really have to be built. Old Man Logan, build him to the moon, max him out, because he's just absolutely insane. So I just wanted to share this with you. Don't even know where he is anymore over there. Old Man Logan, one of the most insane characters to come out in Marvel Strike Force, and I'm sure this is not going to be the end of these types of videos regarding him, because he's going to have a place in pretty much every single game mode, even outside of his team. Honestly, if you don't feel like leveling up mercs for money, totally fine, because there's tons of places that you can put Old Man Logan, and hopefully I'll be able to share some of those with you as well. So that's the end of this video, everyone, and until next time, stay safe and healthy. I'll see y'all later. Boilon, signing out.